glad you're here. I'm so thankful that tomorrow is a holiday. We all need to take a day to just really decompress. It's been a very, very long 10, 15 days, it seems to me, just like one long meeting for everybody. I'm very thankful that we have a day tomorrow. Please do stay home, be with family, and just really do the things that bring you joy and fill your cup with energy. We do have some updates today, and again, if you'll give me an opportunity to do the updates, and then we'll have room for questions afterwards. Okay, bunch of stuff. So the online leave system is now operational. So if you are someone who is working from home, please do go on the online leave system and indicate your days of leave. We ask that you do this 1 week at a time. I know some people have already put in all the days until April 30. I would ask that you revise that request, please. The reason why we're asking folks to do it 1 week at a time is that we don't know what's going to be happening further down the road. We don't know if you're going to need sick leave, or you're going to take other kind of leave, vacation, to stay at home and rest. So please reconsider and submit your leave, your online leave for work from home, probably best at the end of each week, when we know that that week is done and that you have work from home all of that time. Okay, we heard you, and thank you very much for pushing us towards online checking. I'm going to give you 2 updates that are from Brian. He is now on another call with the Vice Chancellors for Admin Services, so I want to make sure that his messages go out. So thank you very much for the suggestion that maybe it was not a smart thing for us to ask you to come to the library. So no need to come to the library now. We have an online form that people can access from a computer anywhere, and we will be asking you to check in and to check out. And that is so that we know the hours that you're here. If there's any time in the next 30 days or so where someone gets reported to maybe have caught the virus, we will know if that person was on campus and during what days and times, so that we can alert the Department of Health about what the contacts are. And also for security and for cleaning purposes. The other announcement from Brian, and Brian will send out that information, the website, when he has a chance after his meeting with Admin Services. He will also be sending out a parking map. We are going to be restricting parking. So I don't know if you've been on campus lately, but in the afternoons and sometimes other times, there are people having parties in our parking lot. And we do not want people to be congregating on the campus grounds. So there will be certain parking areas that will be locked off, and others that will be accessible. So we don't expect to be having lots and lots of people on the campus, so we should have quite enough parking stalls that are available. If it should happen that the parking stalls that are made available are not sufficient, we will open up other areas sort of in a limited manner. So you know already that the DOE has extended the suspension until April 30. That also has impact for Alani Child Care Center, which we have directives to follow the DOE schedule. So Alani will not be available until April 30th, and depending on what the DOE decides to do, it might be extended after that as well. Okay, that's that. Noel, you're online. Can you update us on withdrawal, please, and other dates? Oh. No, Noel. Okay, then I can do that too. The withdrawal deadline has been extended to April 30th. Our current withdrawal deadline is Friday, March 27th. That will be extended to April 30th. So students can withdraw with the W until that time. Our current deadline for changing grading options is March 27th currently. That will also be extended to April 30. That will be the deadline for changing letter grades. There is continued conversation across the system about changing options now for classes and allowing students to take credit, no credit, or satisfactory, non-satisfactory, pass, no pass. They're still discussing this for courses that may not currently be coded for that. That is a conversation that they are going to be having with the faculty senate chairs as well. Yeah, so we are hoping to offer the students options up until, that's for sure, April 30. And if the course doesn't allow for credit, no credit, there are conversations down about changing. And thank you to all the faculty through Faculty Senate who've been able to give us feedback on all the other ancillary questions that come up about degree requirements and prerequisites and certain degrees that don't allow for this and for that. So yes, there will be, all of those questions will need to be addressed if we change options. Students will need to have good guidance on what it might mean for them. But I also understand that every rule, every regulation is going to have an asterisk for spring 2020 just because of all of the things that have taken place that will require us to be more flexible about policies and procedures. Okay, let's see. This 1 week at a time. Okay. Supervisors, we ask that you check in regularly with the folks that are working from home and that do report to you. I sent something out to the CAC just a little while ago, which might help people get a sense of how to do that in ways that are not too onerous. We expect folks that are working from home to be working the traditional 7:45 to 4:30, and asking folks to regularly check in with their subordinates so that we know what's going on. There are questions about who is essential. If you paid attention to the mayor and you paid attention to the governor, higher ed is considered essential business for the purposes of distance ed. So if you are someone who is delivering distance ed or supporting those who deliver distance ed, you are considered essential, and the campus is open to you. Those folks that are taking care of us, auxiliary services and security, they need to be here. Those who can do their work from home, please work from home. The goal is to minimize transmission of the virus. The goal is to optimize social distance, and the best social distance is not to be here at all if you can work from home. There are medical professionals who are talking about the surge is yet to be seen. We have not seen all of the surge that we are going to see in terms of the number of cases. That is nationally, that is locally as well. Let me check, make sure that I've got everything here. I would suggest that you take a look at the HR COVID-19 website if you have questions about various COVID-related scenarios. The questions are, the FAQs are pretty good. And let me ask if Noeao is in the room now.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? I did tell him about April 30, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'll probably repeat stuff. But so April 30th, we changed the last day for withdrawal with a W, and the last day to change a grade option from grade to credit, no credit, to April 30th. So the deadline would have been this Friday, but everything got changed to April 30th. Basically, all that means is the students will still have the option to do it online. It doesn't require anybody else to do anything. For those courses who only have the grading option A through F, it doesn't change that. All it's doing is extending the deadline. I understand there are other conversations happening around the system about possibly giving more options to students that would result in something similar to a pass or no pass. But this extension is not part of that. All we're doing is extending the deadline. The other thing I wanted to share is at CASAL, you should have gotten an email about UH Foundations doing some fundraising for COVID-19 related issues for our students. So basically, I'm not sure when this will come out, but basically there's going to be a email blast to students to apply for these COVID-19 related funds. And basically, schools will be able to award anywhere from $750 to $1,000, depending on the amount that is actually raised. And this is just for a lot of the extenuating circumstances that our students may be facing. Let me just read off some of the rationale I was looking at is unexpected or necessary medical expenses, unexpected housing and living costs, unexpected instructional expenses. I don't know what that one means. Family personal emergencies, obviously loss of employment and so forth. So once that I have the official language for that, I'll give that to the campus as well as the system will be giving that toward the students. But that is just some of the relief funds available for our students moving forward. Again, I don't know what the total amount will be because it depends on how much UH Foundations will actually raise for this whole COVID related funds. Thanks.
Thanks, Noel. Maria, anything from academic affairs?
Okay, we're looking into using EdReady for the placement exam as an emergency because AccuPlacer is actually offline right now, and even our testing center, we're not accepting any new appointments for AccuPlacer. So EdReady is something that the system has already bought, and therefore it's something that we can just go ahead and start using. But we're gonna look into more details, and it's gonna be presented to the Faculty Senate meeting, chairs meeting, I think this Friday. Other than that, we are planning on going online for summer session 1. We've not received any guidance from Don Straney yet. He said that it was gonna be coming out soon, but until now we've not gotten anything. So we just decided we're going to do online for summer session 1 and summer session 2. And if summer session 2, they say is good enough to go face-to-face, then we'll just add the face-to-face classes in. I think that's it for now.
Okay, thank you. I'll start addressing the questions now. Sorry, I've been allowing folks to do their updates. There's a question about 9-month instructional faculty need not request leave to work at home. Those faculty who are teaching need not fill out the voluntary work from home request and agreement. However, everyone needs to go online and do the online leave for COVID-19 work from home. So even though your request has been approved, your work plan has been approved by your supervisor and by me, you still need to go online and do that, in part because there is a need to document all of the folks who have been impacted by COVID-19. So please do, on a weekly basis, if you continue to work from home, by the end of the week, go into the online leave system and put in the leave through the online leave system. Okay. So I think that's...
Sorry, Louise.
Yes,
This is Susan Inoue. Can I ask for clarification on what you just said? Does that mean instructional faculty do that on a weekly basis too?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a link somewhere that we've probably been sent that to us?
Anytime you go online to request for sick, but if you've never been sick, you've never had to do that. So we can make sure you have the link.
Okay. Should I just ask my chair?
Yeah, can.
Okay. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Let's see. Paychecks. Oh yeah. I think we talked to Brian about the paychecks, and there was going to be something, I'm sorry, I can't remember. I'll make sure I get that information to you. And if he gets to be freed up from his meeting with the VCs, then I'll be sure to ask him. Charge for printing in the library, there is. There's a printer there, and there are print cards that are available for students to buy for $1. They can put money on it. All the machinery is there in the library to do that. The parking lot closure, Brian will get to that as soon as he comes out of his meeting with the vice chancellors, and he will also have the link to the check-in form that we were going to ask people if they come on campus to let us know that they're here. Let's see. Oh, Annie's already answered the question about printing. Thank you very much. There are students who are expressing how COVID has impacted their lives. I think you just heard about the foundation has some funding. And it will be on the UH Foundation website as well.
So I think to address Lisa's question now that I
Thank
think,
you.
or wait, Susan's question. Sorry, I'm getting lost in the chat. But I think so in terms of a resource where faculty can refer students to in terms of unemployment, food stamps, all of that, not in one site, but we can start to compile it and then put it onto the resources for students page that is already on the website. But give me some time, we'll put together a team and then we can kind of compile those those resources into one area to make it easier for the students.
Right.
Yeah.
No, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was trying to type this other chat, but you go and then I'll jump on when I think there's more questions.
Okay. Do go to the website. There's a faculty resources side and a students resources side, and it's a good idea for faculty to be checking on the student resources side too, because your students will be having questions. Okay.
Louise?
Yes, Maria?
Hi, this
I'm
is
sorry,
Sue.
not Maria. Sorry, Sue.
This is Sue from Employment Prep Center. I just want to share with folks that I'm working on resources to help students that are facing unemployment and need to find work immediately. I'm working with an employer to do a workshop on finding jobs in the age of coronavirus. So that should be coming out soon, and I will promote that on the bulletin.
Thank you. I'm 23 messages behind everybody, sorry.
Sorry, Louise, I'm going to jump on again because I lied about the students being able to go into STAR and do the credit, no credit option. I'm going to let Jerry jump on and then share.
Okay, Jerry.
Okay, she did it via chat.
Okay. All right. Let's see. President Lassner announced the press conference today that application deadlines have been extended. I believe so. I think that was for the 4 years, I believe. Not for us, but that's what I heard this morning, and I wasn't able to see what President Lassner said. So if anybody has confirmation on that, I'm sorry, I don't know that. I wasn't able to be there.
Hi, this is Sheldon.
Go, Sheldon.
So I just heard at the press conference, he just kind of made this blanket announcement about the 4-year, but he did mention the community colleges, and I believe he said almost up to the first day of instruction. And so if someone could get clarification on that.
Okay, we'll see. We'll try to get that for you.
Okay, thanks.
Question about students who are no-shows, not responding, to contact them. I think if whatever means you have available to contact students, if you can do it through La Lima, if you can do it through any kind of email, if they're not responding, I'm not sure what you can do. Anybody got ideas for that? Okay, let's see. Is this what you're asking? We go to this regarding, no, the paychecks I think is going to be specific to our campus. So hold on that, please. I'll get email. I'll get that information as soon as I check it, because I forget what it was. Lecture online faculty need to do this too. I don't believe so. I don't believe lecturers have leave. So I don't believe that you are allowed to do that, but that's an excellent question, Barbara. Let me make note of that and see if I can get you an answer. Okay, let's see. Online leave, online leave. Okay, Susan Inoue, you now have multiple URLs to get to the online leave system, and at least 3 times. What is it thinking about fall 2020 and spring 2021? I think right now we haven't gone much past summer, and the goal for summer is to be online as much as possible. And right now, we are more worried about the economic impact on the state, as well as enrollments for fall and enrollments for spring. Yeah, it's true. There is going to be word out from Vice President LaCroix about the adjustments that the university is going to be asking us to make because of the economic downturn, which is going to be massive for the state of Hawaii. So the president will be putting out a call for no travel using G funds or tuition and fee, which doesn't impact us because we've had that in place for our campus for some time. Freeze on hiring, as well as no special salary adjustments. There is a great deal of worry about the impact on the university as well as on the state. So that'll be coming out probably today. There's a reconsider the bathrooms on the campus. Okay, I'll let that go to Brian. We are consolidating access to computers in the library. I see there's a note from Flo Abara about free printing for up to 20 pages in the BLT computer lab. Library has a different system, and I'm not going to make that call for the library right now because that will impact all kind of stuff. So for now, the library printing is with a special card.
Louise?
Hello, Carl.
For the a few BLT computers were moved into the library for BLT students to use. So there are approximately 3 in the library right now, specifically for BLT students. We were told during the install that a printer was not required. It will not hook up to the library printers because it goes through a special network. If a printer is needed for these BLT computers, please let me know.
Thank you, Carl. Okay, let's see. Okay, you have some information about MIA students. Okay, Jerry's talking to everyone too about what to do for summer. Okay, let's see, am I missing anything? Which one did I not address? So Alfie heard the same thing as Sheldon. Okay, Jerry's giving everybody good information about how to change the grade option, which they'll be able to do until April 30.
May I make a suggestion, Louise? This is Barbara Lichty speaking.
Hi, Barbara.
Hi. You know, if somebody were to spend a little bit of time going through the chat and doing a summary, things are getting lost and suggestions are getting lost and everything's getting confused. The chat's been very helpful, but I'm constantly looking through for information. Somehow we've got to get more organized because it's confusing the students.
It's confusing students?
Well, for instance, they don't know that the W date is April 30th.
No. There will be information that goes out. It's not going to go out through this chat for sure.
Well, so okay. That's my suggestion. And March 27th is Friday, and tomorrow's a holiday.
Correct.
So they don't know this stuff. Okay. Anyhow, thank you.
Noel has been sending messages to the students.
Yeah, so I can address that really quickly. Basically, the decision because the decision to extend had to be done at a system level. So it was just made yesterday, and the system was supposed to craft language of the extension to go to the students. But basically, once that goes to the whole students, then I usually follow up with my communication just to kind of reinforce the message. So I got to check with the system to see if that message already went out. But
Jerry says it did. Jerry says it went out at 10:30. That's the last chat message.
oh, okay.
Luis.
Yes, Ron.
Oh, hi. I have a question. Our apprentices, I know the directive is no public on premise, just students and faculty, primarily distance ed students. Are our apprentices, because I plan to transition some of them to distance ed, but they still have to take a proctored exam. And the proctored exam requires that they take it at a computer lab where the instructor oversees it. We can separate the groups into probably no more than 4 or 5 in a whole computer lab. Are they allowed on premise?
We're not stopping people if they have reason to be on the campus, if they're students or employees, and these are considered to be students, you are giving them instruction. So I would say that's okay, but have you made arrangements for a computer lab or something somewhere? When is this test going to be?
Well, they take a series of exams after each module. So, they haven't started yet. This is the next group is starting soon. And then they take it once every 5 weeks. And they use our computer, we've set up so the computer lab in Ohello 124 is the proctored computer lab.
I think if you can, yeah. They're going to be coming to campus every day? No.
No, just for the proctored exam once every 5 weeks. But whereas, let's say I have 12 of them, they would all come together, separate them so there's really no more than 6 in the lab at any one time.
And you're going to be the faculty that's proctoring, or somebody's going to be?
No, we have different faculty, primarily our faculty that are teaching for the apprenticeship program. Like Grant Salto does one, John Santa Maria does another, so, and these are the Manage First National Restaurant Association certification exams. And they've mandated that we have to proctor their exams. We cannot just let them, do it on their own.
And you need to start this apprenticeship training now. You can't delay.
Well, we're hitting the mark where we've actually kind of postponed this 5 weeks period final, certification final, but every 5 weeks another final comes up.
All right, let's talk some more offline, Ron, if I could ask you to do that.
Okay.
Thanks. We have anxious parents. Right. There should not be any in-person, except for what Ron is asking right now. We will not be having in-person tests after April 3rd. Those are the ones that are registered with the testing center now. And I don't know, Ron, if you want to think about, I don't know whose rules it is, but if you can do La Lima testing, that would probably be better. But we'll talk offline. We'll talk offline.
Okay.
Louise?
Yes.
Hi, it's me, Dave. And I don't mean to beat a dead horse about this COVID-19 work from home, but I think what created some anxiety with me yesterday when I was looking at it and trying to set it up and trying to explain it, the use of the word leave. Because for those of us that have been approved to work from home, we're just moving where we work. So to use the term leave, maybe we could just say COVID work from home documentation or something else. But that's where I think a lot of the confusion is starting to come in.
Yeah, well, there's two things going on. There is this paper that people have been submitting to say, I request permission to work from home, and the work plan that can be submitted 5 working days after that, that gets approved by supervisor and comes to me for final approval. There's that, which some people don't need to do. That is the faculty, the instructional faculty. And then there's the COVID-19 work from home leave. And as you say, no one is getting leave. It's not being charged to you for any kind of a thing, and you will still get your paycheck. It is a way for us to more easily identify who it is that's going to be working from home. So there is some documentation, some report that can be pulled at some later date when the federal government wants to find out what happened. So I apologize. It will be once a week going in there and checking off that for the last 5 days you've been working from home. Unless something changes and you need to request sick leave during that time, or for those of us who accrue vacation, you take a day of vacation in that week so you can adjust your leave. And that's totally outside my universe. I'm in the same place you are. Other questions?
Like Louise,
Yes, Ron.
working from my office and teaching my class from my office. But when I came in today, the internet was down, the network connection was down. So I had to move to my house today. And I plan to be back on campus, now that the internet is back on over there. So on that situation, do you want me to file for 1 day work from home?
Ron, you asked the hardest question.
Oh.
God. No.
No, that doesn't make sense, does it?
No. Well,
Okay.
that's why you would do it once a week. So have you started yet?
No,
When does your work from home request start?
I'm not planning to work from home. I'm planning to work from school
Why?
because I've got 13 people in my house at one time.
And you're exposing 13 people every time you come to work.
Well, you tell me which of my grandkids you don't want to live in
You
my
and I, Ron, we're in the vulnerable population. We shouldn't be going out there.
When I go to office, I'm by myself. No one's around me. Right?
Oh, okay.
It actually works out better if I work from my office rather than work from home.
All right. Well, since you're not approved to work from home, you shouldn't have gone home.
I should have just stood there to come online or send smoke signals out to my students.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Carl, you want to say anything about the outage today?
Sure. It caught us by surprise. Basically, what happened, for those that are technically inclined, DNS servers went what we call wonky. Basically, ITS is trying to beef up their firewalls because information security threats are increasing exponentially. They had to make some setting adjustments on their firewall that prevented our DNS inquiries from getting in. So what we had done is send SELT staff around campus as best we could to change people's DNS IPs on the computers itself. Eventually, we were able to resolve our DNS server issues. I deeply apologize for that. We'll be on top of it. I do have SELT staff coming in every day.
Thanks, Carl. Okay, we're getting multiple spellings of wonky. This is great. You're in my field now. This is words.
Louise,
Yes, no.
I just wanted to point towards what Dana Kitsua is saying. So I'm filling out my paperwork as well, and I tried going on to just try and do the COVID-19 work from home. And like she's saying that it doesn't deduct, if you've accumulated sick leave, once you put it in, it doesn't deduct from your sick leave. It's, again, like you said, it's just keeping track of who's actually working from home.
Yeah. So yes, some people have been asking for the chat to be made available. Jamie is going to make the magic thing happen, and the chats will be, the chats that go with each of the videos will be made public, so you can go back and see what snarky comments were made about signing in the library, for instance.
Just so you know, in case anyone is panicking right now, your private chats won't show up. So it'll only be the public chats.
Okay.
Louise,
Yes.
it's Candy.
Hi, Candy.
Hi. Yeah, this form thing is new to me too, that Susan and Dave are talking about, and I've heard nothing from my department. Is there a due date? I'm sorry if I missed it. Like, do we have to do it by Friday, or if we don't do it, is it like we're at work? Is there any rule? Like, I don't remember receiving anything specific.
No, you're not going to get demoted or put in detention for not doing it at a particular day and on a particular time. The suggestion was to do it at the end of a week so that you can say, yes, I was working from home this week, and you just fill out those 5 days. That's okay. Just to make it easier on all of us to do the same thing.
Perfect. Thank you.
There will be, I believe, some information coming out from HR on all of this leave stuff. If Linda's on the call, could you come in and reassure us that there will be some guidelines coming out? At least I think that's what I heard. Anybody from HR? Folks who are coming on campus because they are essential to distance ed or they are essential to the operations of the campus. Yes, we are asking that you check in every day using the online form. Weekends don't count, Ms. Inoue.
I'm sorry. Did you say where to find that online form?
If you scroll backwards, Candy, you'll see it repeated about 6 times. Actually, maybe 3 for sure. I embellished, sorry. Lisa or John Richards, anything you want to add?
I'm good. Thank you, Louise. Thank you, everybody.
Lisa? Maybe not. Okay. Anybody from HR want to give us some guidance on this? If you know, I know you guys were sort of taken by surprise as well by some of the stuff that came out yesterday. The check-in form is going to be online, and Brian will get that URL out to everybody as soon as he can. He is on a Zoom call with the other vice chancellors for admin services right now, so cannot be here to answer your questions.
I joined LP. I will be sending out an email. I'm working on the email right now. It's a fairly comprehensive email regarding parking, sign-in, and facilities. But that should be hitting you guys by this evening.
Okay. You don't need.
And I'm sorry. The email will have a link to what you need to sign in.
Okay. There's no Prince Kuhio Day is a holiday. We don't expect you to be online working. It's a holiday, you guys. And truly, it's probably the best placed holiday that I've had in a long time. So I do hope you take the opportunity to sit with your family at home and be safe. And it's really important. Master instructions, screenshots. Susan, try it now. Go right ahead and see. It's not complicated, I promise. You've never been sick, so you've never had to go online to get the sick leave. Go, try it.
I did. I followed some of the links. I don't see any obvious. And I'm not a technophobe. I like to think I know how to find my way around a website, but it's not immediately obvious where the COVID thing is. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I've talked to my secretary, Sherry, who's fabulous, and she's going to do some screenshots for our department. But I was thinking that it might be more efficient to have some, centrally located instruction.
I just lost you guys. Sorry, I was trying to do something in the HR website and then I lost you. So I don't know where I am now. Hold on.
Click on your Zoom.
You're telling me now. I know. I'm trying. I'm back. Can
I try it relative to what Susan's talking about? Can I try a quick screenshot? Maybe I'm a newbie at all of this myself too.
Look, Angela just put a PDF up.
Okay, because there was an email that came from UH Hawaii on March 24th about new COVID-19 leave type in online leave system.
Right.
And within it is a bunch of links. So you should be able to go straight to the online system, but it was March 24th from University of Hawaii News.
Okay.
I think I probably ignored it because I was working from the one of the communiques said that instructional faculty didn't have to do anything special.
Right. You didn't have to do this form.
But I misunderstood. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that misunderstood.
Right. So the online leave thing is sort of subsequent to all of that.
Louise.
Yes, Darsh.
If I have your permission, can I send the instruction to the CAC list how to add the leave request on the online leave system?
Please.
Okay, I'll do so.
CAC members, please make sure that you send it back down the line to all the people.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thanks, Darsh. Anything else, you guys? Thank you for all the screenshots, Angela. You guys are so quick. Annie too. Right, so we are going to make these chats available to you guys. So if you forgot it, then forgot something, you can go back and you can just scroll down to the hundreds of chat messages. You'll find it for sure.
I have just a quick comment of kind of, I don't want to ruin this party because it's a great one, but just some of the complaints that have been coming in from parents. And I guess I just wanted to say everybody's doing a great job, but when you're giving students directions, just try and walk yourself through what you're asking them to do. Oh, that kind of rhymes. So here's an example. Print out the test. You have an hour to do it and then send the test back to me. So you're assuming that the student has a printer and that the student has a means of getting it back to you. So I mean, like, sorry, I haven't taught online, but when I get some of the complaints that I get, I try to do it myself. And then that means I have to, we're assuming that they have all the necessary technology to do all the things you're asking them to do. So sometimes, I mean, just try and run through the steps yourself. I've been getting a few of those where, so when I saw the printing in the library, hopefully we're not sending anybody to the library to do printing in terms of students, because that means they have to come to school and get something printed. Just my 2 bits. Thanks.
There's a request to put out information via the Chancellor notices instead of CAC listserv. Cheryl, what Chancellor notices are you talking about?
Hey, Louise.
Hi, Cheryl.
So I was just talking about, you know, the emails that come directly from Chancellor, that it says that in the email itself.
They announce.
Yeah, rather than it going to CAC, but not everybody's on CAC and you only get it if it's forwarded to you. So if
Okay.
it's really important that everybody be aware.
Yes, gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, there was a lot of printing today in the library. Okay, well, I hope they have a way of getting that back to the faculty who want the printing done. Okay, let's see. 157 people, this is good. So we will do another 3:30 check-in on Friday. Make sure that everything is going okay. We expect that there'll be more people will not be here, which is a good thing. As we said before, we're trying to optimize social distancing, reduce the spread of the virus, and the best way to do that is not go into the public, not come to campus, stay home, work from home. That's what we want people to really be thinking about. If you are essential to distance ed, or you are essential to supporting the people who do distance ed, then you consider that you come to campus. So there'll be people in the library, there'll be people doing IT, there'll be people in auxiliary services, and there'll be people doing security. And I want to just take a moment to thank all of the folks in auxiliary services who have been doing such a great job. We were in the library the other morning and there was just a team of people wiping down the computers, wiping down the spaces and the desks. Thank you so much for doing that. And last night they were here wiping down the doorknobs on the office doors from the outside. It is not easy work, but it is essential work. And so I thank you, auxiliary services, for keeping us clean and safe. Let's see. If you are not one of those people, if you are not someone who is doing distance ed, or you're not someone who is essential from that perspective, and you want to keep coming to campus, I want you to get the okay from your dean or your vice chancellor. We really want to have people stay home. Don't want people here. Let's see. Anything else, you guys? Questions for the chat line? I like some of the pictures you guys have, you know, they're kind of very cool. Yes, I will be staying home tomorrow, and that means you too, Ron. I'm staying home tomorrow. I'm going to clean my shower with a toothbrush between all the little grout things. That's my big job for tomorrow. You heard me, Ron, yeah?
Yeah, try bleach.
Bleach, yes. Okay, so final comments from anyone? Anybody want to have a final comment before we sign off until Friday? Okay, just do remember, we're in it together, we'll get through this together, and there will be a better day ahead. The next couple of 3 days are still going to be bumpy. Students are getting used to the idea, faculty are getting used to it, and we will all grow and learn together on this. So thank you for your patience in helping us get this ball rolling in ways that are as smooth as we can. Good luck to you tomorrow. As I said, please do relax tomorrow. Take that day and just refill the energy cup. Thanks to everybody, and we'll see you Friday. Bye, guys.
Aloha, everyone.
Bye bye.
Thank you.